Hey guys, I've got a Yu-Gi-Oh video. We haven't done one of those in a while. This is on the Crimson King structure deck. This is the newest structure deck. It just came out a couple days ago. Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday pretty much. Yeah, this is a structure deck for Red Dragon Archfiend and Jack Atlas from the Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds series and the Arc 5 series. So yeah, there's a list of some of the cards. Picture of the playmat, which looks pretty good, but it's a paper playmat, so it's not that great. So let's just open the box. Okay, is there a tear on this one? Yes, there is. Okay, let's see. Okay, we got one of the new cards up front. This is Soul Resonator. Okay. Its effects are, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add up to one level 4 or lower fiend monster from your deck to your hand, except Soul Resonator. That's pretty good. That's very good. Let's see, the rest of its effects are, also you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except dark synchro monsters. That's fine. That's the majority of what your extra deck is going to be in this deck, so it doesn't matter. This card you control would be destroyed by a card effect while you control Red Dragon Archfiend or a synchro monster that mentions it. Wait, no. If a card you control would be destroyed by a card effect while you control Red Dragon Archfiend or a synchro monster that mentions it. You can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Pretty nice, and you can only use each effect of Soul Resonator once per turn. That is a very good card. Vision Resonator, one of the new ones again. If you have a level 5 or higher dark monster on... If a level 5 or higher dark monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Vision Resonator once per turn this way. This card is sent to the graveyard. You can add one spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Vision Resonator once per turn. Alright. There's the original Red Dragon Archfiend. That's pretty good. However, you might not be using the original Red Dragon Archfiend anymore, as there are better versions of it. However, since there are some cards that work with the original Red Dragon Archfiend's effect, you might at least play one copy of the original. Red Rising Dragon. This is a very good card for the deck, and I believe this is the highest rarity printing it's gotten. So yeah, that's pretty good. We have a token card called Everyone's King with Jack Atlas on the front. Yeah, pretty nice. It's weird that it has attack power, but yeah, it's a card that you can use as a token, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Red Supernova Dragon, that's pretty good. Yeah, this is the big main, or one of the big main bosses of the deck. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity, that's another one of the big guys. That's pretty good. Scarred Dragon Archfiend, that's one of the new synchros. This card's name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while on the field or in the graveyard. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can special summon one Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon, so that's how you'd get out the original. So yeah, this version of the deck does encourage you to run the original. And then, if this card was sent to the graveyard as a synchro material for a Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you can destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. That's very good. You can only use this effect of Scarred Dragon Archfiend once per turn. I believe this is this Red Dragon Archfiend after he's had his arm destroyed by Junk Warrior. So, is that Bone Archfiend? This is another one of the new cards. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Dark Dragon, Synchro monsters, whatever. You can target one face-up monster you control that has a level. Send one Fiend Tuner monster from your hand to the graveyard. And if you do increase or decrease that monster's level by 1, you can only use each effect of Bone Archfiend once per turn. Yeah, he's going to be pretty important for the new version of the deck. Dark Resonator, that's the original Creation Resonator. Synchron Resonator, yeah, one copy of each of the good ones. Red Resonator, Crimson Resonator, that guy's really good. Vice Dragon, a classic Jack Atlas card. Battle Fader, another one. Red Sprinter, this is some of his Arc 5 stuff. Red Warg. Wandering King Wildwind, this is pretty good, as this will probably be the easiest printing of this guy to get. Phantom King Hydride, I believe this is another card he's used. Magical King Moonstar. Absolute King Backjack. Literally has Jack on the picture. Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. That's interesting to have in here. And then the Assault Mode package. Fire Ant Ascatar. Ascatar Dawnwalker, the Ascatar package. Very good group of cards to go into level 8 synchros. Danger Nessie, I believe this was the one that wasn't printed in the Dark World structure deck. Correct me if I'm wrong. Danger Chupacabra, makes sense, it's a level 4 fiend. Witch of the Black Forest. Absolute Power Force, target one Red Dragon Archfiend you control. If that monster you control battles an opponent's monster this turn, apply these effects until the end of the damage step. It gains 1,000 attack. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. If it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Any battle damage your opponent takes from that battle is doubled. I believe this is a counterpart card for the Junk Warrior quick play spell card Scrap Fist. So yeah, makes sense that Red Dragon Archfiend would get it. Crimson Gaia, this card is very good. During your main phase, you can add one Red Dragon Archfiend or one card that mentions it from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except itself. When your Red Dragon Archfiend declares an attack, you can change all monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense position. That's why it seems like a lot of this new stuff is encouraging you to run the original. And then, yeah, face-down defense position. If a monster is on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Red Dragon Archfiend from your graveyard, and you can only use each effect of Crimson Gaia once per turn. Pretty nice. Resonator Engine. Resonator Call. This is a search card to get your Resonators. Resonator Command. Burning Soul. I believe this is a new one. If you control a level 8 or higher Synchro monster, add one card from your graveyard to your hand except Burning Soul. Then immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon using monsters you control as material. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, your opponent cannot target Synchro monsters on the field with card effects. Okay. Pot of Extravagance. That's, I think, the big reprint for this deck. Fiendish Golem. Hit the camera there. This is another new card. Target one monster on the field with 2,000 or more attack. Banish it until the end phase of the next turn. Then, if you activated this card while you controlled Red Dragon Archfiend or a Synchro monster that mentions it, you can set one Fiendish Chain directly from your deck or graveyard. Alright. Red Zone. This is another one of the new ones. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control Red Dragon Archfiend or a Synchro monster that mentions it, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. You can target One of your banished Dark Dragon Synchro monsters, special summon it. You can only use each effective red zone once per turn. King's Synchro. Red Rain. Time to Stand Up. Let's see. I think this is a new one. It might be. I'm not too sure. I don't think it is. I think we've seen it before. Fiendish Chain. Powerful Rebirth. All of them. Pretty big Jack Atlas cards. Assault Mode. Activate. Terrors of the Overroot. And then we're on to the remaining extra deck monsters. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. This is the upgraded form. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. And the original boss for the deck, Red Nova Dragon. Yeah, that is the Red Dragon Archfiend structure deck. It's alright. It's not really... Come on, there we go. It's not as amazing as some of the recent structure decks, but that's fine. This is definitely more of a anime fan deck, if anything. And especially if you enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and Jack Atlas specifically. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video.